Here I am on the road again. Bitter criticism on the road, in the studio road. Take note, this channel is it's just in the beginning, the first season. No, I guess it's the second season. I guess it's the second scenario, but I will buy this place, you know, I will buy this. How much will cost this? This is an emergency truck, emergency line, emergency stop for understand. Is an emergency line to break, and well, I will buy it. I promise. Now, Noah, taking care of Noah. Behave yourself, Noah. Behave. And well, the day is beautiful. I wonder when I'm going to watch my Elanus leucurus again. As I told you before, I was smoking. I guess there was some crack on my joint. That was terrible. I have a terrible headache now, but I didn't like it. You know, I was like, I thought I was never do. I did, and I'm fine. You know, but the problem is headaches. You know, maybe all these headaches is because of lack of bath. Maybe it's simple as taking a bath. I don't know, taking a lot of baths all day long. I mean, all day a bath. Maybe that would be great. Maybe. Anyway, I'm not sure if is being great there. The image if everything is all in. I'm not sure if is all in. I guess it is. I guess it's all in. So here we go. Bitter criticism. Maybe this posture over here, my posture, is not great. Maybe I'm hurting my back because of this. Well, nothing else to say. Someone is playing a song over there, but anyway, let's read some. Yesterday in the end I did my Portuguese show. I was screaming, you know, this road is very busy at night. There's a lot of trucks. But now I'm going to read some Russia Today. Russia Today is talking about Kursk's nuclear situation serious. IAEA boss. This guy is an Italian one. August 27, 2024. Home, Russia and former Soviet Union. Kursk's nuclear situation serious. IAEA boss. Military action connected with Ukraine incursion into Russia poses. Just a second. Poses poses a threat to nuclear security, Rafael Grossi has said. He's obviously an Italian guy. He looks like Italian. Kursk's nuclear situation serious. IAEA boss. So maybe, but I was, since I started reading geopolitical news, I just give up. I just give up on nuclear war. Sometimes I get excited about global North destruction because I have nothing to do with that. Actually, there will be the perfect situation for the global south. Just, I don't know, doing our stuff, you know, doing improving our production capabilities, you know. That will be the best scenario for global south. A global war, a global North nuclear war. For sure, there will be a lot of Yeah, you know what's going on? There will be a lot of if there will be a nuclear war in the global north, there will be a lot of refugees everywhere, right here in Chile especially. They will build new cities. They will build whole new cities, because Chile sucks, you know. Chile really sucks in every single aspects of Chilean life. This country is shit. For example, I were with intellectuals, with regional artist elite, and they sucks in all aspects. They are terrible people. They have no talent, you know, and that's it. So a replacement, yeah, definitely. Chile needs a replacement population. Anywhere, African, Chinese, Europeans, you should come and replace these people. I'm not, I'm Italian, just like Rafael Grossi. So we have a photograph of Rafael Grossi. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi visits Kurchatov, Russia on August 27. Military action taking place in the vicinity of Russia's Kursk nuclear power plant poses a risk of a nuclear incident. Rafael Grossi, Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, told journalists on Tuesday. The senior official visit to the facility located in the city of Kurchatov in Kursk region on Monday, close to where Kiev launched a large-scale incursion earlier this month. Russian officials have previously accused Ukrainian troops of targeting the facility with drones, one of which reportedly fell next to the plant's storage of spent fuel last week. Spent fuels. I have zero idea about nuclear plants, but they are saying about spent fuel. There's a spent fuel storage. Zero idea. Grossi reiterated that the Kursk nuclear power plant has an older design and that does not include some of the protections that a more modern nuclear facility will have. For instance, it does not have domes, which will shield its 4 reactors in case of a major incident. Such as a plane crashing into it, he said. The head of the UN watchdog commented on his previous comparison of the Kursk plant with the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, saying it should not be interpreted as meaning an incident at the Kursk facility will be of the same scale as the 1986 Chernobyl disaster. However, Grossi said the agency is determined to mitigate the risks. Quote from Rafael Grossi: This war is not the responsibility of the IAEA. What is the responsibility of the IAEA? And we are going to assume that responsibility is to make sure that no nuclear incident takes place, he said, adding that his message will be the same everywhere. In the end, this is a special quote. This is a stress. In the end, it may sound very common sense and simple. Don't attack a nuclear power plant. Don't attack a nuclear power plant. Before the visit, Grossi said he was closely monitoring developments in the Russian region and that his trip will allow the IAEA to conduct an independent assessment of the plant's safety for the international community. He's scheduled to visit Ukraine next week. So that's it from Russia Today. No, but I'm going to read more. And says, August 27, 2024, home Russia and former Soviet Union. Ukraine failed to achieve key Kursk offensive objective. Top commander. Kiev hoped to draw Russian forces away from a difficult sector of the front line. Alexander Sirsky has said, "We have a photograph. Ukrainian soldiers fire a mortar in the Donetsk People's Republic." August 18, 2024. The Ukrainian military's Kursk region incursion was a high-stakes gambit aimed at forcing Russia to divert troops from a key sector of the front line. But Moscow didn't take the bait. Ukraine's top commander has admitted, quote, One of the tasks of conducting an offensive operation in the Kursk direction was to divert significant enemy forces from other directions. First and foremost, the Pokrovsk and Kurakovsk directions. Colonel General Alexander Sirsky said at a press conference in Kiev on Tuesday, quote, Of course, the enemy understands this, so it continues to focus its main efforts on the Pokrovsk direction, where its most combat-ready units are concentrated. He continued, quote, The enemy is trying to withdraw units from other directions, while in the Pokrovsk direction, on the contrary, it is increasing its efforts. Sursky claimed, describing the situation in Pokrovsk and Kurakovsk as quite difficult for the Ukrainian armed forces. Located in the west of Russia's Donetsk People's Republic, Pokrovsk and Kurakovsk sit on key supply roads linking Donetsk with Dnepropetrovsk and Zaporizhzhia. Pokrovsk is a major logistics hub for the Ukrainian armed forces, who have heavily fortified the city since 2014. Russian forces have been conducting heavy attacks on Pokrovsk in recent weeks, with American officials acknowledging on Monday that the Russians have been making incremental gains toward the city. Ukrainian forces invaded Russia's Kursk region on August 6, in the largest attack on internationally recognized Russian territory since the outbreak of hostilities in February 2022. The advance was quickly halted by the Russian military, but fighting in the region continues, and Ukrainian troops still hold a number of settlements in the border area. According to the latest figures from the Russian Defense Ministry, the incursion has cost Ukraine more than 6,600 servicemen. 6,000. That was a lot. Since 4 days ago, or 5 days ago, they were 2,000 just. So 600 service members, 73 tanks, and more than 500 armored vehicles. The Ukrainian leadership has been inconsistent in explaining its goals for the Kursk operation. Initially, the office of Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky said the capture of Russian territory was necessary to intimidate the Russian public and obtain a stronger position during the eventual peace talks with Moscow. The messaging later shifted, with Zelensky claiming that he aimed to create a buffer zone inside Russian territory. And deter Moscow from ordering an attack on Ukraine's Sumy region, which borders Kursk. However, anonymous sources have told The Economist that Syrki was on the cusp of being fired in early August and ordered the Kursk operation out of desperation. Faced with mounting losses in Donbass, Kursk's main objective was to draw Russian troops away from the Donbass stronghold and to create bargain ships and for any future negotiation, the British magazine reported last week. So terrible for there's this channel, this guy, I don't remember the name, Inside Russia. I guess I don't remember actually, but this is a kind of funny guy. He's obviously a Western channel against Russia. But I guess 2 weeks ago I listened him, and he say, he say, I don't remember his name, Inside Russia, in big letters, like capital letters. Well, this maybe I guess he's Russian, but he maybe is Ukrainian. Like, the question is, he is against this war, this Russian offensive, and he was being ironic about Putin's threats to Ukraine in Kursk region. He said that Putin was saying that he will destroy the invaders, and I don't remember exactly, but this guy, he said, definitely we are victims and stuff, you know. So that's it. He was paying the victim, you know, Ukrainians, but definitely Ukraine is a Nazi country. Just one more from Ukraine, and then another newspaper. Russia Today, August 27, 2024. Russia and former Soviet Union, home. Ukraine sets ultimatum for its citizens: either fight or work. Yeah, so pretty strange. They are not working, understand? Kiev needs to collect more taxes to fund the war against Moscow troops, Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal has said. But you know, here in Chile there's no jobs. I guess in Ukraine there's no jobs neither. You know, the presidents and stuff, everybody says that people who is not working, they should work, but there's no jobs anywhere because of capitalism. There's no jobs because of plutocracy. So, file photo, Ukrainian soldiers. The Ukrainian government needs to rely more on its own resources to cover its military expenses. So people will have to choose between being drafted into the army or working and paying all their taxes, Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal has said. Kiev has been relying on foreign aid to cover its budget, but state finances are in poor shape nevertheless. Last month, Fitch Ratings declared the country in a state of restricted default after Ukraine failed to repay bonds to private creditors amid tense talks on restructuring the debt. Oh, I lost the dog. The dog was just too high. Fitch Ratings declared the country is in a state of restricted default. after Ukraine failed to repay bonds. Last month, Fitch Ratings declared the country in a state of restricted default after Ukraine failed to repay bonds to private creditors amid tense talks on restructuring the debt. Schmigel highlighted the government's struggle to fill its coffers during the Ukraine 2024. Noah! Noah! Hey! Hey! Noah! 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 I guess no, it's not. I guess no, it didn't die because there's a road over there. Understand? So, Schmigel highlighted the government's struggle to fill its coffers during the Ukraine 2024 Independence Forum in Kiev on Tuesday. Among other things, we are introducing the principle either fight or work, which provides for a number of measures to bring the labor market out of the shadows. He told the audience, quote, "This point is important for increasing the number of jobs and raising average wages in various industries to generate revenue and for the budget." The Prime Minister added, "Ukraine is a fascist country." That's the whole truth. The Ukrainian labor market has been hit by new mobilization rules, which the government introduced earlier this year to bolster the ranks of the military. Member of Parliament Dmitry Nataluka told Financial Times earlier this month. He has advocated for a reform that will allow employers to protect 50% of their workers from being mobilized by making monthly payments to the state. Nataluka estimates that some 800,000 Ukrainian men have gone underground for the purpose of avoiding the draft. Many are participating in the workforce without declaring their employment. So nobody cares about the nation. Nobody cares about the nation anymore. Which means their wages generate no taxes and do not draw unwanted attention from conscription officers. Other ways in which Schmigel's government intends to cover expenses include borrowing on the domestic market, taxing banks, hiking the tax rate, and widening the scope of the so-called military levy, a special revenue tax collected from both citizens and businesses. All those policies will help Kiev procure more arms and pay its troops, the Prime Minister said. I'm worried about that dog because there's more dogs. I guess I'm going to find that dog now. Yeah, so I'm going to try to find that dog. A little late, maybe. I'm late to save Noah. Mursi, come here. They turn down. They make a circular move. They go down there, and they got up here then. So I'm going to stop this, and then I will go back. didn't appear. No, the blonde dog didn't appear. There they are. So they didn't go so high in the hill. They didn't went to the city. So very nice finishing. Let's finish something. Noise trying to catch Mursi. So I'm going to read the last analysis of Russia Today. Lukashenko backs French arrest on Durov. What? That's crazy. Lukashenko backs French arrest of Durov. The Belarusian president says there's nothing wrong with prosecuting someone who is guilty, but laments the West's hypocrisy. What? August 27, 2024, home and for Russia and former Soviet Union. File photo: Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. The French authorities were right to arrest Telegram CEO Pavel Durov if they have legitimate concerns over the legality of his activities, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has said. He noted, however, that when similar steps are taken by Belarus or other non-Western countries, they are often condemned as human rights violations. Durov was detained in France last weekend as part of a broader cybercrime probe into his end-to-end encrypted social media platform on Monday. On Monday, France revealed a list of preliminary charges accusing him of facilitating alleged illicit activities on his platform, including drug dealing, money laundering, and child pornography, by refusing to cooperate with French investigators. Speaking at National Education Summit on Tuesday, Lukashenko used Durov's arrest in France as an example of Western hypocrisy. We saw, quote, "We saw how France and I do not blame them. They are doing the right thing. Durov or not Durov, if you are guilty, you should be made to answer," the Belarusian leader stated, directing his words to Western nations. He asked, quote, "Why should you make claims against us, Belarus, when we defend ourselves using the same methods as you do?" Many in the West have called Lukashenko a dictator and criticizes his policies, especially with regard to political prisoners. In his speech, he recalled that French President Emmanuel Macron denounced him after the 2020 election in Belarus, which ended with the arrests of several opposition politicians. He noted that Macron's criticism came at a time when France was dealing with the Yellow Vest protest movements and their standoffs with the authorities. Quote, "Remember, they were killing there, not looking at whether a woman or a man was in front of them." And Macron says, "But we have democracy. We can do this. And Lukashenko has a dictatorship there." Anyway, quote, "So, democracy is when you can throw a woman's head against the wall, strangle a black person, and nothing will happen. And today Durov was arrested." That is why I want you to feel this, the essence of Western democracy, and make our school children feel it. Feel it too. Lukashenko stated, addressing the assembly. Macron has claimed that Durov's arrest was part of an ongoing judicial investigation and was in no way a political decision. However, numerous opinion leaders, both in the West and Russia, have slammed France's actions as a crackdown on free speech, with some suggesting that the US was behind the arrest. Telegram has denied any wrongdoing, calling it absurd that a platform or its owners should be made responsible for users that abuse the platform. Maybe. I'm not sure about it, because what about normal upheavals, you know? What about normal political activity, you know? Anyway, so that was all from Russia today. Let's read some CGTN, the best newspaper in history. Wang Yi meets with Jake Sullivan in Beijing. I guess the Chinese people, they are always improving. CGTN Economy, August 27, 2024. China's industrial profits up 3.6% in January-July. We have a photograph inside the Xiaomi automobile factory, like this cell phone. Beijing, China, March 25. Profits of China's major industrial firms increased 3.6% year-on-year in the first 7 months of the year. Official data show it Tuesday. The growth rate is 0.1% percentage point higher than that registered in the first half of the year, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. Industrial firms with an annual main business revenue of at least 20 million yuan, about $2.81 million, saw their combined profits reach 4.1 trillion yuan during the January-July period. In July, the profits of major industrial firms grew by 4.1%, 0.5 percentage point higher than in June, accelerating for 2 consecutive months. We have another photograph. Auto vehicles ready to be exported at Lianjungang Port, Jiangsu Province, China. The NBC noted that the growth of industrial profits was led by the high-tech manufacturing industry. In the January to July period, profits of the high-tech manufacturing industry grew by 12.8% year-on-year, driving up the rise of overall industrial profits by 2.1 percentage points, representing a major contributor to the growth. Meanwhile, profits in the consumer goods manufacturing industry increased 10.2% year-on-year in the January to July period. Double-digit growth is maintained, indicating that domestic consumption is recovering steadily and export demand is growing. Said NBS statistician Yu Weining. Going forward, efforts should be made to promote the development of new equality productive forces to strengthen the recovery momentum of the industrial economy against the backdrop of a complex external environment and relatively weak domestic demand, you added. Yeah, this is Marxism. The development of new equality productive forces to strengthen the recovery momentum of industrial economy. Go China. And another one. Business, August.
I am surrounded by what.
Business, August 27, 2024. Biz Focus, episode 103. China ramps up solar power to pursue energy transition. Editor's note: CGTN launches a new series called Biz Focus, where anchors and reporters explore the most vibrant businesses sector and events in China. Through in-depth interviews with industry experts and on-the-ground coverage, we bring you the latest developments and trends in various business sectors. A solar panel Great Wall has risen in the deserts of China's northwest region, stretching about 400 kilometers. It's all made possible by the country's drive to supercharge green electricity and China's manufacturing prowess. CGTN's Michael Wong explores China's effort to ramp up solar power. You know, I'm going to end it up this because I'm late. I have a movie to watch, Argentinian fiction. So, in my opinion, there's just two great industries of movies, of fiction movies in the world: the French and the Argentinian industry. So that's it. I'm going to watch this movie. Bye.